All right, welcome in, guys. This is MTG Finance coming in for you. Game State. A little awkward startup, but it is what it is. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. We're going to switch back over and we're going to load it on up. We're going to look at spoilers. I got some things I want to explore in the MTG stocks world. I'm going to understand how to use Streamlabs, and then here we go. So, where are we at? Last time I was just kind of touching upon spoilers. I was looking at spoilers I liked as opposed to really more spoilers everyone wants to look at. I was just looking at cards I wanted to see. I think we're going to continue doing that. I think it's the best way to do this format, at least regarding spoiler season. I know everyone is really interested in the gods and the dinosaurs. I get it. Surprisingly, not me, you know? I don't know. You guys like the dinosaur set? How you feeling?
I mean, I see the hype, but I'm chill without it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's just me. But I wanted to check out some of the gods that they released. So we're going to scroll down here. Holy shit. Look at this dinosaur, though. Are you seeing this live in stream?
Yeah.
They give flashlights to a dino. We don't have ad blocker. That's how we run around here. So we got a new angel. It looks like Resplendent Angel. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. That is big. Holy shit. Till end of turn, Resplendent Angel. This card's broken. Are you guys seeing this? Jesus Christ.
That's nutty.
That is nuts. God damn. I'm gonna turn the elevators down a little bit for you. I run the means production around here, guys. Sorry. I'm my own one-man DJ. So we got some new lands. They're making more man lands. Johnny, I don't know if you know what man lands are, but
I do not.
They started back in OG Zendikar, or I think the return to Zendikar is when they brought them out. But they're basically rare dual lands that come in tapped, and then you can pay an ability that makes them a creature.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you know about this, the dual colors, there's ally colors and enemy colors. So there's mono symbols where they're enemies, and there's mono symbols where they're allies. So black-red usually indicates that they're it's an ally color. That's just regarding like the color pie of Magic, you know, and the synergy of the different colors. And yeah, Earthshaker Dreadmaw, I get it. Everyone was waiting for another Dreadmaw. Apparently it's a good, just high-cost card to put in a deck to add kind of even out your spread. If you're gonna have a lot of 2s and 3 drops, you put in like a 6 drop. So it raises the ramp where you want to get to. It lets you pull your small cards out. That's my theory, at least. Temple Glock. Temple Bell. Oh, a reprinted Temple Bell. That's nice. Is this a reprint or maybe I'm tweaking out? No, yeah, Temple Bell. Each player draws a card. Nice. Compass Gnome. We have gnomes in this set? Okay. When Compass Gnome enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card or cave card. And guys, I kind of want to point out, you're going to be like, a gnome? Why are gnomes in the thematically Mesoamerican set? And I'm going to go out on a limb and say possibly because in a lot of Mesoamerican cultures, like a lot of the spirits are referred to as like little people or tiny people. So maybe they're assigning, and a gnome is a fantasy, originally a fantasy type character, you know, from medieval type fantasy. So I'm thinking they're using that as an equivalent for the spirits of like the elves that exist in Mesoamerican culture that they're trying to highlight in this set. And the reason my reasoning for this is just because of a lot of the Amazon cultures really believe in that stuff. Those guys are all doing drugs and shit. Not all of them, but like there's cults and like tribes who do psychoactive substances, and they always claim to see little people or they hear voices of little people coming in trees. So that's my little stupid tidbit there of Wikipedia knowledge I'd like to share with you guys. It is weird seeing gnomes in the dinosaur set, but hey. We take what we can get around here, okay? Oh my god, are you serious? Fists of Sun's got a reprint. Jeez. That's great art, goddamn. So we're gonna keep it moving. Got some manlands, love to see. Where are the gods? No god? Oh, I guess I'll look at shared, okay. I want to go find some of the new gods because I think they're really cool. They turn into lands, which I think is interesting. So we got Oger Patik, Deepest Epoch. Or Epoch, I guess it's pronounced. Whenever you cast an instant spell from your hand, it gains rebound. Maybe we looked at this last stream, I don't really remember, but I saw this off camera before, and I just wanted to make a comment. This is really broken, obviously, because it gives your instance rebound, which is basically if you cast a lightning bolt, let's say, after it resolves, it's going to cast again automatically for free on the next upkeep at the beginning. Whether you have a choice in it or not, it's going to go. So it's up to you to remember that, but that's what I wanted to just say. It's not flashback, guys. It's rebound.
I'm back.
What? Oh,
I'm back.
Oh, big packs. I was just going over the spoilers for Magic. And he flips into a land when he dies. So when he dies, or if you find a way to sack him, you know, return him tapped. Sorry, yeah, return him tapped and transformed with 3 time counters on it. So he's gonna come in with 3 time counters, turn into a land, and you could remove a time counter from him and add blue. And then you could transform him, but only if time counters aren't on him. And I don't know if the other gods have time counters like he does, but... And again, we're hitting that Mesoamerican thematic themed art. We're getting a lot of flavor here of like, you know, Aztec and Mayan cultures. I really love to see that. And this is a showcase frame. Going back on our... We're still on Booster Fun World. Oh my god, and you guys see, look, they got mushrooms here on the side. They know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing here. See, I'm not too far off. I'm not too far off when I'm about those gnomes, guys. They know what they're doing here. Wow, beautiful art. Who is this? This is Clint Lockwood on the front, and Vico Meneza is on the back. So we got 2 different artists on the showcase frame. That is beautiful. And I don't know, man. I was saying this last stream, I'm really glad we get to a theme that breaks out high fantasy, or like, for you guys, I don't know if you guys know in the Discord what I mean by high fantasy, but like, you know, fairy tales, you know, that's high fantasy. So like the Eldraine theme and Lord of the Rings, that's high fantasy, you know. I like that we've moved out of that and gotten into, I like South American and Central American lore, so I think it's really cool to incorporate that in Magic. We got pirates too. This is a pirate set. Again, dinosaurs, vampires, pirates, that's just not my tribal. I don't vibe with it. And they're in this set's in colors I just don't vibe on. That's just me. John, are you a pirate guy or not?
I haven't really looked at them enough to say I'm not.
Well, they're really cool because they build really fast. They're basically a human tribal subtype. Humans in Magic the Gathering are usually really broken. So when I was drafting yesterday, a guy gave me a tip saying, you know, you usually want to pull out human cards and build around them because humans are just naturally broken in the draft format, I guess. Brass's Tunnel Grinder. When Brass's Tunnel Grinder enters the battlefield, discard any number of cards, then draw that many number of cards plus 1. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, put a board counter on Brass's Tunnel Grinder. Then if there are 3 or more, remove those counters and transform it. Okay, so descending is an ability, I guess we're gonna find out about. Tekutlan the Searing Rift. Okay, and we get a land. It flips into a land. A lot of flip. I don't know how I feel about all these flipping and stuff. Like, I like the flips when it was on werewolves, you know? And I accepted it when we had the flip angels that turned into the meld mechanic.
Oh, yeah.
But now this is getting a little out of hand, because it feels like we're gonna have to go to a lot of work just to get... And they did this in the last Ixalan set too, so I'm not like surprised, but I'm just more like, a lot of flips. Whenever you cast a permanent spell using mana produced by Tekutlan, discover X, where X is this spell's mana cost. Okay. Kind of on theme to what it needs to do. Just looking for more gods. We got some dinosaurs. Again, guys, like, am I a dinosaur guy? I guess I'm not. There's also merfolk in this set too. Because the merfolk are like the indigenous people of Ixalan. But there's even more indigenous people of Ixalan who, in this set, they're going to introduce, like the gnomes, some more humans that are part of the dinosaur sun tribe. And they all live in the hollow earth of Ixalan. Ixalan is a plane that is hollow, guys. We got a pirate ship vehicle. We talked about this, I believe, in the last stream. It's really nice to see that. Belligerent. Huh, so not much spoilers I've seen. I haven't really seen anything really introduced that I thought. I wanted to show you guys the red god, though, if I see him pop up. He is pretty awesome. Yeah, we're on back to the spoilers that we saw last stream. And I said this last time, you know, I'm just doing this for entertaining myself and my friends. Spoiler season is always weird because it's like, I just want to play the freaking cards, man. When I started Magic, spoiler season was a very hush-hush. If something got spoiled, it was because of someone internal, like linked it to someone in a private message, and then that kind of did its thing. And you really weren't able to talk about it, the spoilers, even in the stores, you know. And as time kind of moved on from the Battle for Zendikar block era, spoiler season, as they added more flashy cards too, spoiler season kind of became really required, it felt like. And John, you're new, I'd say. You know, you started within this last year too, so this is all normal for you. But for me, and I don't even complain about it, but it's just very interesting to see the evolution of the culture of this game change within the years. And everyone always complains about Magic, but it's really funny how accepting everyone is of all the changes they bitch about.
Well, change means progression too, so that always gives a good hope for anything, you know?
That's what I'm saying, you know, and I'm always resistant to change too in something, so I get it. But it's just always funny how in the entertainment world of Magic, everyone's like, oh, this sucks. And then a year or two goes by and we're really almost not complaining about it and kind of just accepted it. But you're right, Bill. Change is awesome. So the Myco Tyrant, an Elder Fungus. The Myco Tyrant's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control that are fungi and saprolings. See, they're putting fungi. Why are they putting fungi in the Mesoamerican theme set? It's almost as if fungus is a part of those cultures. That's crazy that they're really hinting on the shroomy part of this stuff. I really love that. I think this is my favorite set, guys. I'll say it. I'm a fucking dino guy now. I'm a fungus guy, man. Beginning of your end step, create X11 black fungi creature tokens.
You got an ointment for that.
I think there's a surgery you can get for that, man. Get that removed. So its power and toughness each equal the number of creatures you control that are fungi and saprolings. At the beginning of your end step, create X11 black fungi creature tokens with this creature can't block, where X is the number of times you descended this turn. And finally, a card that tells us what descend is. You descend each time a permanent card put into your graveyard from anywhere. All right,
That'd be fun to put in Slimefoot.
that would be pretty broken in Slimefoot. Or
Just sacrifice all the fungi that I make at the previous end step.
see, that would make you really hard to get rid of because yeah, you're getting a token generator. And then this token generator is a body also, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
I see you. Discover 10. To discover 10, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card with the mana value 10 or less. So discover more or less is Cascade, but a little more trickier. Okay, what the fuck is this? Uppenbach, the Great Mistake. What? That's by Steve Belladin. Steve Belladin is a classic MTG artist too, so that is crazy. Follow Steve wherever they're posting their archives. Growing Rights of Ixalan. This is funny. So this is a reprint from the first Ixalan, and the art shows the fungi underground at the roots of Ixalan, doing the same thing the people on the surface where Ixalan is, the tree or the plant of it. They're all praying to it, you know? They're all doing the same deal. It's pretty. It's like as above, so below, you know? God, I love this set. This is so sick. Like, if you just are aware of, you know, Mesoamerican culture, it's not just about the Aztecs and Mayans. There's so much more to it. And when you see what they're doing in the art and what they're highlighting about it, it's like, dang, they really did their research. Like how the little fungi guys look like little statues and stuff. That really talks about a lot of like South American cultures and Central American cultures have little figures of stone that they do like makes like creatures and stuff out of. Like their art looks just like that. It's really interesting that the art direction really. I wonder if the art direction is Terrence McKenna fans. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, nothing really crazy, I guess. We have Planeswalkers, which is weird, because didn't we just get rid of everyone who was a Planeswalker, right? Whenever you cast a spell from exile, Quintorius can deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2. Create a 3/2 red and white spirit creature token, discover 4. So yeah, I guess, you know, I really wanted some more. Something that was really going to catch my eye. A few things did. Here we go. This is the Red God. Johnny, are you ready for this, dude?
Alright. That's fucking dope.
Here we go. We got the mushrooms again. Dude, it's like as if you have to take mushrooms to interact with these formless gods. That's crazy. Alright. Ogier Azulnil, Deepest Might. And this, Bill, are you seeing this skeleton?
Mm-hmm.
That's sick as fuck. So he's got trample. He's a 4/4 body for 4. If a red source you control would deal an amount of non-combat damage less than its power to an opponent, that source deals damage equal to Ogier power instead. So let's say you have a red source that would deal like non-combat damage, so like ping damage, John. You know,
It's
like
3 damage spell.
yeah. So like you know, lightning bolt. Let's say you cast Lightning Bolt, or let's say you have a pinger.
Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, or let's say you have a guy who taps, does 3 damage to target opponent, right?
Yeah.
Instead, he's gonna scale it up to 4 or whatever his power is. So if you give him +1 to make him a 5, you cast Lightning Bolt, and his power is 5. It's not gonna do 3 damage to an opponent's health direct. It's gonna do 5 damage if you were +1, you know?
Yep.
That's fucked up. If you put this in Obosh, that is messed up. Because then it doubles it. So it would make it 8. You cast Lightning Bolt with Obosh out and this guy out. Instead of 3 damage to target opponent, it's gonna do 8 damage with him out. That is an Obosh. That's awesome. And when he dies, you create a land. Temple of Power. I love this art.
That is dope. It's like hieroglyphics.
Right? And he's like making a blood sacrifice. Bro!
Still up there, too.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, guys. Guys. Are you seeing this? His hand is a dinosaur.
That's crazy.
Hand. Holy shit, his hand is a fucking dinosaur. This is my favorite card. And it's by Victor Adam Menges. Follow them wherever they're posting their art. My favorite artist. Clint Lockwood on the front and Victor on the back. Let's fucking go. And Vico Menezes on the back. Let's fucking go. All right. Well, besides the Commander Legends commanders being printed in this set, let's look at them, 'cause I actually haven't seen these. Breaches, Eager Pillager. Whenever a pirate you control attacks, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn, create a treasure token, target creature can't block this turn, or loot. Damn, sick monkey art, let's fucking go. Rafal Vexrovitz, aka Too Many Skulls. Follow them wherever they're posting. We love you, Too Many. And I'm not gonna lie, I hate the land cycle. The basics in this set are fucking... I love the art, but the design is so fucking ugly.
Oh, down there.
Yeah, like what did we do? What did we do this for? We full arted it, and then we just decided to stick a big fucking... I don't...
Yeah, they should have just put a sun symbol somewhere.
I think if they made this more... had more clear opacity, like if they made it see-through.
I don't think it needs the same basic land.
Well, no, it needs... it has to have the type. It's required, but I think they could have... I don't know, centering that and making it very opaque, not the move.
Art's dope, but the word.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Art is dope, but the words are dumb. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Huatli, Poet of Unity. Oh, John, do you need Tom Bombadil, by the way?
I do.
I pulled him on stream, so you can have him.
Really?
Yeah, I want him. But you're gonna have to get this card, Huatli, Poet of Unity, because she transforms into a saga.
Ooh.
So when Huatli, Poet of Unity enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Then you could pay 3 in either a red or a white 2 times, exile Huatli, then return her to the battlefield transformed under her owner's control. You can only do this at sorcery speed. Roar of the Fifth People. Create 2 3/3 green dinosaur creature tokens for part 1. Part 2, Roar of the Fifth People gains creatures you control have add red, green, or white, so it's already broken. And 3, search your library for a dinosaur card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle. And 4, dinosaurs you control gain double strike and trample until end of turn. So you probably don't want this for Tom Bombadil.
Yeah. It's all about dinos.
Yeah,
The only
it's
good
it.
thing is that man.
Yo! Sick fucking art.
Color.
It's by Ledania. Follow Ledania wherever they're posting their art. Let's fucking go. Oh, even better. Showcase frame. And both sides are by Anditya Diza. Follow all these artists, guys. They're legends. We love them. So I guess that's enough spoilers I've seen for me that I'm willing to show you guys. You guys should look into it yourself if you really give a shit. Whoa. Skullspore Nexus. Spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. When one or more non-token creatures you control die, create a green fungus dinosaur creature token with base power or toughness equal to the total power of those creatures. Yo, this would be good for Slimefoot. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it would.
Holy shit. Double target creature's power until end of turn. God damn.
That's kind of nutty.
What's Slimefoot's power and toughness?
He's only a 3/3, but like.
You still have your tokens. Well, if you have him and a Saproling, so this would cost 4 less to cast. Or sorry, 3 less to cast. I'm sorry. It would still cost 3, so it would be 3. It would be a 5-drop. You play it, and then whenever Slimefoot dies, you're gonna get a 3/3 Dino, and you could make him a 6/6. So it's kind of like when Slimefoot dies, you still get value of a blocker out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Is that stupid?
I can just stack a lot of creatures, one or more non-token.
Yeah, I can sack a big thing.
Pugnacious Hammerskull. When Pugnacious Hammerskull attacks while you don't control another dinosaur, put a stun counter on it. Okay. Stun counters mean it just doesn't untap until the next one taps up.
Yeah.
Oh. So that's very interesting. With that being said, guys, I want to get into the next part of the segment. See how long we've been going. We're a good half hour in. I wanted to get into, and I didn't touch on this last stream. I thought I could save this. I thought it'd be good enough to keep them in the back, keep every shit in the back end, so we got more for later. I'm gonna take a sip of some vitamin water. So, a lot of what I wanted the segment to be, spoiler season kind of got in the way, so that's why I wanted to give some time to it. But I wanted to really, this format, I really wanted to talk about the finance, at least of cards and singles of Magic cards, you know, that I really, at least my knowledge of what I do. And just talk about some cards that really surprised me that are growing in price at times. I'm like, damn. So, I have a top 3 list I wanted to share with you guys, and one of them is a pet card of mine that for some reason I took out of decks because it just scales wrong with, I play Commander. It just didn't scale right at the time with my mana cost, my ramping, but I'll show you it. And it's been hitting the numbers, and it's part of the Mox cycle, and it's not what you think. It's from Modern Horizons, and it's Mox Tantalite. Now, I went to a Modern Horizons draft way back when it came out in old July 2019. And I remember people saw this card and were like, this is dog shit. The Mox cycle is usually really broken. Mox, like Mox Amber, for example. You do their cost reduction, mana rocks, you know, that usually do really broken stuff and are free almost. This kind of takes that in a different spin, and basically you pay 0 and suspend this for 3, and then in 3 turns you're going to be able to pay any mana you want. And at the Modern Horizons draft pre-release, people were like, yeah, that's dog shit, that sucks, in any format. Now, fast forward all the way besides this little bump right here for whatever reason, it's hitting at least on its average price, so what people are buying at and what the market is listing at. I'm sorry, what people are listing it at is $14, and what people are buying it at is $13, and that's all non-foil. So it's raising in price after being like a $5, $6, $7 card. And even then, I never really got it, but I'm seeing it come back up, and I have a lot of this card, so it's like nice to see my collection, my portfolio, I guess, of my cards in my binder that just sit around and do nothing. Creep up, because that means, you know, I got some value. I got some cards I could sell later on. That really helps, because when you go to your local game store, you get to sell your cards to them, and obviously they take like 30% off the price, which maybe sounds weird, but then you exchange it for store credit, and it gives you a bit more, bang for your buck off the cards then. And that's kind of the cycle of the economy of Magic. You really don't sell your cards for money per se, unless you're really dealing in the high roller cost cards like the $5,000, $200. Small chump change cards, you can do the value of cash. You know, everyone loves cash, but in my opinion, the whole point of selling your cards at a game store to people on the street, it's for money. But at the store, at the game store, the economy of the game store and stuff, it's usually for store credit and for the game. So then the store gets the cards that are popular they need to sell, and then you get enough money to interact with that store to where they get to get rid of a lot of their inventory at a price that works out, and the cycle continues. I don't know if that kind of makes sense to you guys. Maybe not for you guys in the Discord, obviously, but someone out there will understand what I'm saying. I'd hope. And that's basically what I want to bring up with a Mox Tantalite is it's always nice to see cards that people talk shit come back and make a difference, and for whatever reason. And I like to see that because then it means, you know, I get to hold these cards off, sell them at a later time to my store, and flip them into cards I want. Or if I'm ever in a spot where I need to pay bills, you know, flip them into cash. That's basically my point, you know. That's why I want to tell y'all. So that was my first example. Another card I wanted to show y'all is back when I first started Commander. So I played Magic since, and it's usually the Lost but Seeking, but I played Magic back in Magic Origins. So that's probably around 2015 or 16. And I was playing in the 60 card modern standard format. When I stopped playing was around 2018 and maybe 2017. And I got back around 2018. And when I got back, I played Commander, was the format I got back into. And I started with Lord Windgrace. And at Lord Windgrace, when he got spoiled, this card, Azusa Lost but Seeking, I think only had one printing. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, let's see. Now we're looking at it, there's a shit ton. But back when I first came back to the game of Magic and to the format of Commander, when I picked Lord Windgrace, who's a Jund color Lands Matter Commander, you know, everyone was like, oh, this is the card you're gonna wanna put in to make that deck run way better, because everyone at the time was saying, you know, pre-con Commander decks are built pretty shitty at that time. And I always thought that was funny, because now I'm playing in the local game store against pre-con decks, and they're wiping my fucking ass. Like, it's insane. John, have you played with any pre-cons against us?
I have.
Yeah, they come out. They fared really, really well. You played against when Marco did the Doctor Who.
I did.
Yeah.
I was doing some shit.
So when I first started Commander, when I got the Lord Windgrace pre-con, you know, everyone was like, yeah, dude, you want to switch out cards immediately for stuff like Azusa, because it's a trash deck. And that's my experience. And her ability is you may play 2 additional land cards on each of your turns. Fucking value. Now, when she came out, she was probably in Standard and stuff, and definitely in Modern. Only like $12 card in 2013, so like, she probably wasn't good for whatever format she wasn't being used in until Commander. And look at, you see this spike, 2015, 16, boom. Deep spikes in the large value. And then I think, when did Lord Windgrace come out? He's from the 2019 Commander, so I think that's 2018 technically. So that's around, okay, one of the return to Ravnica cassettes. We're gonna use our handy memory here to find where that set is. I guess we got Ultimate Masters. So Azusa Lost but Seeking was only a $25 card. And everyone's like, you need to buy this fucking card for Lord Windgrace. Turning her into damn near, it says 40 to 45 there's times where at the local game store she was like $50. I'm like, damn, I'm never gonna be able to buy this card. Thankfully, this is another thing I wanted to highlight. So, when cards first initially come out, they're bangers or they're straight up losers, like Mox Tantalite. Over time, things change and then they become bangers and they start rising up. For whatever reason. Azusa Lost But Seeking is another example where she's a banger. Stuff comes out that she could be supplemented in that really, really complements her abilities. And then, boom, we get into a wild world of reprints because of, if you've seen in my last stream, where we went over Project Booster Fund. Because of Project Booster Fund, we're getting reprint after reprint in different, damn, that is sick, in different sets, basically. That is sick as well.
That is sick.
Oh, god damn, that is awesome. And that's to help basically the format of Magic because, you know, there's more. When I started, Modern and Vintage and, you know, Legacy were really the only expensive formats where you could use all of Magic's history. Now they created Pioneer. And there's a couple other ones, but I know Pioneer is another extended set. So they need to be able to turn those $24, $30 cards into a bigger spread for the other formats, you know? So then people like John can start getting into it each year, you know? There's Johns and Stevens each year. We're getting into it and dropping out. And they get into a format they never played before. And they remember when they used to play. Oh, Tarmogoyf. I remember when he was $25. What? He's only $6. I think he's expensive again, but there's examples like that all throughout Magic's history. And Azusa's kind of one of that. She got the reprint hit. Everyone was like, there we go. Other times, reprints straight up don't mean a damn thing. And that is in the case of this card. We're going to go to Doubling Season. Doubling Season. That's funny. I want to go to the OG print. Doubling Season was a card when we first started playing an old 2015-16 $28, $30 card. I remember my friend Josh, he was like, yo, you need to get this card because it's going to be expensive. Same with Parallel Lives in Innistrad. And sure enough, it did by, like, around the time I kind of really stopped giving a shit, 2017, 2018, $60. That's pretty expensive because we were talking about, at that time, the 60 card format. So if you're gonna get 4 of this card, you want to pay at least $60 for 2 of them at one time if you're gonna buy it. When it becomes $60 for 1 card, it's like, oh my god, how can I justify $120 for 2 cards, you know? And you have to do it again for all 4 just to build your deck. And no matter how many times they reprinted it, it's still a $40, $50, $80, $90 card. Look at, you see this, guys? And they give it better arts. They give it better, cooler arts. I like the Dino art from Double Masters personally. And that's it gets the reprint treatment where it doesn't even really fucking matter. And I think that's one of the interesting things about Magic. You know, Mox Tantalite is its own set. It's not gonna get reprinted or anything. It's rising probably for maybe limited and extended reasons for formats and that bullshit. This card got a wider spread outside of the 60 card format, especially because of Commander, honestly, and the doubling of things is really popular in Magic. Like doubling tokens. Tokens used to be always popular in Magic, but doubling tokens really got insane since like fucking 2016. And then you got other cards, again, Azusa. The reprint treatment really didn't, it helped her in a way where it got better access, where Doubling Season is really better for the people collecting it. They love to hear that their Doubling Season's going up, but it's a harder entry for people who want to get that card. But then also, it does become, once they get that card, it does become, you know, a story, you know. It's kind of hard to describe because I'm talking really openly here and freely offhand, but like you you come across cards that they become a story to you, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I bought that Azusa Lost but Seeking for $5. Now it's 20. You know, that's my card. That's my card. And it's like doubling season. Oh, my doubling season, bro. I love this card. It's always been doing me good. Even though it's heavy played, its market price is still going up. So one day when I drop out, it's going to be worth something for my children. My Azusa Lost but Seeking is probably always going to be $5, no matter how many times they reprint her. Because she's, you know, she lets you do double lands. She's not as important as an enchantment that's like doubling up twice anything that comes out, you know? That's my little roundabout conversation rant. And I think that's why I want to use this format for, is not really to delve into like some market secrets, but really just highlight things and talk about the philosophical nature of money in this game. And it's not, I don't even know how to come up on money in this game, you know, but it's more so, it's a hobby and it's an investment, and a lot of people become players and then they turn into collectors, and collectors aren't really necessarily players, and the collectors kind of have a more majority say of bitching than the players do sometimes. And it's really interesting getting in that hardcore into the collecting of Magic, whereas like, John, I don't know how hardcore you are into collecting, but you like playing, I feel like. You just like playing Commander.
I do like playing.
Me and Bill, when we were kids, we played Yu-Gi-Oh, right? We never knew how to play it, but we fucking always loved just buying the cards and not even playing with them and just collecting them. So that's really my interest for Magic, and I think that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in the State of the Game segment. Is just get a little philosophical and talk about cards and the finance aspect of it and what that really means and what up and down really means in Magic, and what the market is in Magic, you know. That's just the players, and that's just the people who have more money than you. And a lot of people who get in the game and get into the finance world start thinking really like stock market world life, and unless you're running a business in Magic, I don't really think it's that hard to think, like, it's not that crazy. If you're just a player, I feel like there's some more philosophical things you could really think about when you approach why doubling season's $50 and why you should just buy it, you know? Just buy it. It's gonna keep going up, even if they reprint it. Now, Tarmogoyf, sure you could buy it, but we've seen it. It's gotten hit. And none of these are reserve list cards that I'm even talking about. These are all cards that are like just pieces in 60 card decks. See, look at Tarm, dude. My boy got massacred. He used to be non-even special print. He used to be in the $200 range, $50 range. He was an impossible 4-of card you had to buy into. Now, it's fucking $23. And I still say buy in this card, because yeah, the reprint treatment really fucked him up, because he's really more focused in, I'd say, Commander and 60 cards. Doubling season, honestly, is really only for Commander. That's why it's popular. That's why it's expensive. It was always an expensive card that Commander fucking bastardized and said, this is what all Commander decks will need to become insanely powerful. Azusa Lost but Seeking, kind of the same effect happened, where she was a 60 card format card where Commander dictated, all right, now we need you. Except they decided to kind of reprint her for Commander. And they tried to do that for doubling season, but just the market of doubling seasons deemed, no. This is a collector's piece. And this is something that deserves to have a bigger legacy than Azusa Lost but Seeking for whatever reason.